Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning. We are here. It's a beautiful day, a little warm for November, but I mean, it is a great turnout for another great homecoming parade for Troy University as well as the Pike County Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely, and we are bringing you right to the action. The parade is here and it is going. We've had our flyover, and right now you are looking at the AF ROTC color guard from Troy University going in front of you there, presenting the colors. Of course, we're always so happy to have members of our military with us, and we're so thankful for everything they do.
Well, absolutely. Again, first parade for this was in 1953. It was moved to downtown Troy in 1977 as we see the Sheriff's Department come by, and we know the mission of the Sheriff's Department is to maintain social order and provide professional law enforcement services to the citizens of Pike County, as well as we see their truck and boat to handle things out on the water as well.
Absolutely, and just behind them there we've got the Alabama State Troopers. Consists of more than 1,000 members dedicated to keeping this state and all of its residents safe. This association provides trooper teddy bears to every state trooper on the road to give children who have been involved in or witnessed traumatic events.
Well, and a fun thing right there, driving that state trooper car that just drove by was a former Troy women's basketball player, Caitlin Ramirez. So a lot of Troy ties throughout this parade as the Troy University Police Department drives by as well.
Absolutely, and we've got to draw focus here now to the Grand Marshal. This is Charlie Sarge Dunn, an Army veteran. He was the perfect choice for this year's Grand Marshal. He spent 12 years on the Troy City Council, and Mayor Jason Reeves saying he's an integral part in one of the most productive times in Troy's history.
He has been around for a long time. He helped with the addition of new industries like CGI, Golden Boy Foods, KW Plastic, helped expand with Lockheed Martin, Sikorsky Aircraft, Horn Beverage, and it all took place in his District 1 area. He also volunteered at his church, founded an organization for retired military veterans to give back to the Pike County community called Charlie's Angels, which is kind of a fun little name, and I think you may be able to hear in the distance that is the sound of the South.
Yes, it is. That's always one of the biggest parts of the parade. Of course, it's the largest student organization on Troy's campus. As they get closer, we're going to listen in and see their performance. They usually stop and do a performance for everybody that's here at the grandstand, and we'll let you listen into that in just a moment. Of course, everybody loves the sound of the South.
Well, right. They are the largest student organization on the Troy campus. And again, they are the first entry in the homecoming parade each year, and they really set the tone for it.
They do. Of course, that's Dr. Mark Walker there shaking hands with everybody. We've got the color guard, the majorettes, the dancers. Perfect weather for this. Even you mentioned it's warm, but we've got a breeze, and you can see it, and it feels good. The music. This is where you want to be this Saturday morning.
Absolutely. And again, this all leads up to our football game this afternoon as Troy takes on Coastal Carolina. At Veterans Memorial Stadium at 3 o'clock. But we will now let the sound take over.
Now, if that doesn't get you excited and pumped, what will?
I'm ready. The fight song and everything. The marching tunes before that, I mean, that is really a great start to this year's parade.
It is. There's a reason people love the Sound of the South. It's because they bring an awesome show and performance everywhere they go.
Well, one of the things to remember, they may be the first band, but they will not be the last band. One of the efforts in recent years has been to bring back the bands, and they have done that this year. We should see 12 bands in this year's parade from all around the area, not only Pike County, but surrounding areas as well. So really exciting. They have really boosted the parade this year.
Yes, they have, and it's such a cool thing for all those area high schoolers to be a part of. It's always a really fun time. Now, like you mentioned there, Jonathan, they've got the signs that are explaining to people what they can expect with the Bring Back the Bands. It's an awesome opportunity to bring people who are not maybe in Troy proper here.
Where we see T. Roy, and T. Roy is celebrating his 40th year as the official mascot of Troy University. I think at today's game we will actually see some old renditions of T. Roy as well.
That will be awesome. And coming up behind T. Roy, check this out. This is Benjamin Smith and a 1965 Mustang. Car lovers, this one is for you. Benjamin, he's from Troy. He's a graduate of Pike Liberal Arts. He works with KW Plastics Container. It's a 1965 Mustang that he and his dad, Dr. Ben Smith of Troy, completely restored from ground up.
And right behind it is Angie and Jim Thomas in a 1948 Willys truck. It's an old Army Jeep, originally sold to farmers, and it was a forerunner to the mules. And that's been another thing they've tried to do this year is bring back a lot of classic cars.
And they're doing a great job. Now behind them we have Miss and Little Miss Troy. That's Miss Troy Nikki Hopper and Little Miss Troy Baylor Smith, being driven by Greg Herring. They both represented Troy in the National Peanut Festival.
And then the Troy Counseling Services coming up. We see a good group on there. They're a local mental health provider owned by Troy graduate and Sound of the South alumna Renee Daughtry.
Very cool. And you can hear them probably before you see them, but just behind the counseling center, we've got the Brothers Keeper. It's a motorcycle group founded as a motorcycle club for firefighters. Their mission statement: supporting local and national charities, promoting safety, biker awareness, and improve the image of bikers. Listen to that.
I'm not sure which is louder, the Sound of the South or the motorcycles, but a bunch of good-looking bikes coming by.
Absolutely. It's really cool. All right, they're speeding past, and right behind them, check this out, you guys. We've got the 2024 6U Raiders Super Bowl champions. How awesome is that? Waving at
And I believe one of those
crowd.
is the son of Troy football coach Jared Parker, sitting in the back.
Very cool.
Here's another. This is an antique Bronco, 1975. That is a good-looking car owned by Terry Motes. He's owned it since 1986, and he's restored it twice, but a good-looking car.
And now we have another queen. This is Samaria Isaac. She's Miss Brundage, a senior at Pike County High School. She recently competed in the Miss Peanut pageant in Dothan as well.
All right, and our first sorority this year will be Alpha Delta Pi, founded in 1851 at Wesleyan Female College in Macon, Georgia. AD Pi was the first secret society for women. Their motto is, "We live for each other."
Very cool, and they've had a busy week with homecoming festivities.
They all have, yeah. A lot of events throughout this week, and again, culminating today. They'll find out the winners this afternoon.
That's always a big deal for them. And then just behind AD Pi, we've got yet another queen. Check her out. We have got Teen Miss Troy, Britton Hicks. She's in the 7th grade at Pike Liberal Arts School. She's on the honor roll. And then behind her, we've got some cheerleaders from Pike Liberal Arts School representing their school.
All right, and then following behind that is future Little Miss Pike County. That is Colin Pugh, the daughter of Clint and Courtney Pugh, both Troy graduates. She is 7 years old and is a first grader at Pike Liberal Arts.
Very cool. And then we have pre-teen Miss Brundage. Check them out. And then teen Miss Brundage, Allie Booth and Juliana Knight, waving at everybody as they pass. And then check out what's happening over here by the grandstand.
Well, looks like McGruff, the crime dog. Yeah, it is, and along with the Troy Police Department, they're always working to keep the Troy community safe, and you want to help McGruff, take bite out of crime. That's his famous motto.
He's so cool.
I remember
Check
him from my childhood. Always enjoyed hearing about McGruff, the crime dog.
In that traditional detective get up, too. I love that. That's really awesome. And then we have, look at this, you guys. You got to look behind here. This is Mr. O's little car. Mr. O'Hara has been part of this parade since 1976, so he's a fan favorite, true Trojan. He's also a Troy graduate who enjoys participating in the parades, being part of his community. He's getting up, giving a salute. How awesome is that?
And he loves to put on a show. He does this every year, but it's a great part of this homecoming parade. I'm worried one day that car might break down, but I think he takes good care of it.
The good news is if we had to move it out of the road.
Yeah, I don't think it would be
I think
too much
we could do it.
And following behind him, this is the Charles Henderson High School homecoming queen, Micaiah Streeter. She's a senior at Charles Henderson, where she is dual enrolled at Enterprise State and planning on becoming a nurse.
That is awesome. And then behind her, we've got the Charles Henderson High School cheerleaders. They're under the direction of Ashlyn Mabray and Hillary Lee. Check this out. This squad earned their bid to nationals. They placed 4th in regionals. That means a Disney trip is coming up for them.
I think I wouldn't mind going along. I don't mind going to Disney World, but no, I'm sure they have a lot of work ahead of them, and they're very excited about that. This is the Troy cheerleaders behind them. They do a lot of work, not only for football, but other sports as well, and you will see them today at the game. Again, 3 o'clock this afternoon against Coastal Carolina.
And we told you about bringing back the bands. Here's another example of that. This is the Charles Henderson High School Band. It's under the direction of a new band master, Tyler Logan, who was a drum major for the Sound of the South just a few years ago. This band is also known as the Blue Machine. We're going to let you listen in for just a second.
I think that's one of the fun things that you can see, that the people not directly tied to Troy right now still have ties to Troy. And so now this is the Christian Love Community Center. Development is an early childhood learning center that has a strong desire to strengthen, empower, and inspire the lives of others through educational programs.
And look, I love seeing little kids in parades. They are the ones who get it. They understand this is a big deal. They are all in, and you love to see their excitement. They're the ones who start to make you laugh.
And wearing costumes as well. Look at their little Western gear on. That is adorable.
Super cute. Now behind them, we're going to have Little Miss Trojan. That's Heaven Moultrie. She's in the 3rd grade at Troy Elementary School. She is loving gymnastics and the dance scene, which is a very popular scene here in the Troy area.
It is very popular. We've got a couple of more things coming up.
Let's see. Furry Friends are on the road. You can see them.
We do have some pups coming up. And I think this still may be the Childhood Development Center. But then behind it is a 1940 red Ford belonging to Bill Wood and David Phelps driving that car.
Very pretty. This is also a big draw for car lovers. If you want to see some cool cars, you don't want to have to drive anywhere to do it, they come to you the homecoming parade. And then we have the Alcazar Shriners. Check them out. That's Neil Sneed waving from out, and they're the ones that are bringing this kind of fleet of antique cars that you're seeing on your screen right now.
Yeah, there's another one, a nice-looking truck, a Chevy truck. And this isn't more of a classic, but it's a nice Corvette that you see coming up.
Yes, it is. Now, the mission of Shriners Children's is to provide the highest quality care to children with major health issues that they're having to deal with, and to help their families. Experienced medical teams, they're providing spine care, sports medicine, other special health care needs with a compassionate, family-centered, and collaborative care environment. So they're always working to try and help out the community and families who really need some love and support in difficult times.
And they do a lot of events throughout the year. And next up is Alpha Gamma Delta from Troy University. The Gamma Sigma chapter was founded in 1971, and their philanthropic focus is fighting hunger, especially in the community of Pike County.
And you're seeing, before the sororities arrive, they're going to have these floats up. And that's really cool because it's kind of hard to see from far away, but up close, those are individual pieces put together on these floats, and it takes a lot of time. This is not something that they just throw together. All of the sororities, and we're working on this. And the Oscar goes to Troy University Most Wanted, which was this year's homecoming theme. We've got the theater now playing Troy Wins Homecoming, fourth quarter fireworks. I mean, this is really cool. There's actually a specific name for this. Is it POM? Do you know?
I believe you're right, but it's individual little pieces of tissue paper, right? That they stick in there, and then they have to glue it. But, I mean, that is very detailed and just a good-looking float by Alpha Gamma Delta.
Very, very cool. It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication.
Right, and we did see one of their sisters brought some flowers to Troy First Lady Mrs. Hawkins, which we will see throughout the parade with our viewing stand here.
Yes, it's awesome. They cheer as they go. And, you know, the sororities and fraternities, as we mentioned, they were extremely busy this week. They have all sorts of competitions throughout the week. They compete against each other in skit night. Sorry, got too excited myself. They participate in skit nights, dance competitions, all sorts of things. And then, as you mentioned, they find out the winners at the game.
I believe in the third and fourth quarters of the game. They do banners throughout the week, the dance, as you said. Just really things just to keep that festive, lively spirit going during homecoming. So they have a lot of fun. I'm sure some of them may be tired and sleep a long time tonight, but it is a fun week for all these organizations here on the Troy campus.
And we're bringing back another band for you. This time it's the Ayrton High School Band. They're saying that the mission of Ayrton School is to empower individuals to become independent, productive members of our ever-changing society. A smaller band, but a good-sounding band, too.
And Ayrton has one of my favorite mascots, the Purple Cats. I've never seen a purple cat, but
you know?
Yeah.
There it is.
The Ayrton Purple Cats.
I love that. Now, behind them, we've got some pageant queens on the way. I believe this is going to be Miss Pike County pageants, Little Miss Pike County Ivy Webb and Miss Pike County McKinley Murray. Now, Ivy competed for Little Miss National Peanut Festival on October 12th. She placed 15 out of 50. And then McKinley there, when she competed, she placed in the top 12 and made top 5 for interview. She attends Troy, where she's an Alpha Gam, so that is pretty cool.
And she's actually got a unique story. She comes to Troy from Montana.
Oh, wow.
And this is coming up. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority is a service-based organization striving in sisterhood and service to all mankind. And they have not only current students, but some alumni as well. Again, bringing people back for homecoming.
That's awesome. And, you know, this is their second weekend waking up early for a Saturday. Last weekend, they woke up early to do a breast cancer awareness walk on Troy's campus. Now, check this out. This is Voltage Academy of Dance. Maybe we're going to get a quick performance here. I think we are.
It looks like it.
We're setting up, getting ready. All right.
And Voltage is a faith-based dance studio in Troy. They're in their 4th year, and they're excited to perform for Chancellor and Mrs. Hawkins.
Oh, a couple of false starts. We're getting there. Here we go.
And they've got looks all the way from high school down to young elementary students out there dancing, so kids of all ages.
Absolutely. They're doing a great job. Listen to the crowd. They're getting involved. They know how to work the scene, how to work the crowd up. And, you know, here's the thing. These dancers, they practice a lot. A lot. This is something not necessarily you meet once a week. I mean, they're there late into the evenings.
That's right.
Getting ready for these performances. Great job, Voltage. Awesome. And now, car lovers, we've got another one for you. This is Art McNatt, I believe, in an antique truck. This is a 1936 Ford, original color of green there. So you're seeing what it looked like at the very beginning.
Yeah, got restored about 20 years ago, but I mean, just a beautiful looking truck. You hear him blowing the horn.
Yes.
And look, they're a TSU class of 1971.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. And they also have the Pioneer Museum of Alabama sign on there, which is really, really neat.
And next is Tucker's Learning Center. And Tucker's Learning Center has been serving the Troy area since 1995. They are one of the most wanted child care services in the area, going along with this year's theme.
I love that. And then coming up behind them, this is an interesting one. This is Short the Squirrel. Now, Troy folks, they'll know Short if you work at the university or if you're around them. But if you have a little kid in school, too, you may have known about Short the Squirrel. So years ago, there's the story. Monica Anderson Young and Dr. D. Dupree Bennett, college sorority sisters, they wanted to find a way to develop a literacy program for Alabama's kids, and so they came up with Short to inspire kids to read. He goes around and he encourages little kids to find books they love, and he does a great job. He's a fan favorite.
I hear a bagpipe coming up.
Yes, that is Matthew Hutchison. He's a proud Troy University class of 1992 graduate. His wife Amy, also a Troy grad. They have 2 grandchildren that they hope will one day be Troy grads.
And he is a member of the Rosie O'Grady's Highlanders in Central Florida. So he comes all the way from Apopka, Florida, and in the traditional garb, doing a great job playing the bagpipes. One of my favorite instruments to hear.
They're so cool.
It's so unique.
Yes, it is. It's really awesome. Letting you listen in really, really fast. There you go. And behind them we have AO Pi. That's Alpha Omicron Pi. Troy's newest sorority. They've been here a few years now. They're pretty awesome. This is Pi Theta Delta. They were started in 2017. AO Pi, they're saying that they form relationships for life. They support the Juvenile Arthritis Foundation, and they raise money for events such as Smokeout Arthritis.
And just, again, another beautiful float that they did.
Yes.
All the detail.
And that palm, if you haven't heard of palm, you need to look it up. You'll really start to appreciate the work in it.
And right behind them is the School of Social Work. They are representing their department, and they have various Troy University campuses. They're representing the clubs Sigma Alpha Sigma, Tau Upsilon Alpha, and Phi Alpha.
Awesome. And behind them, the Barber County Cheer Squad. This is the Barber County Marching Jaguar Band from Clayton, Alabama. That's coming up behind them. You can probably already hear the drums. They do a great job. Now, if I'm not wrong, they're show band, so you're about to get a show.
And Barber County not too far away, about a little over an hour drive from here in Troy, but their mission of their school is to develop the whole child with quality instruction and experiences, enabling them to become productive members of society.
And show bands, for those who don't know, they're marching bands, but they give a little more dance in their performances. You can see them kind of bobbing and weaving. That's what the show bands are known for, is for really getting the whole band involved in dances and footwork, and they're always really, really cool.
Next is this is...
I think this is Lambda Chi Alpha.
Lambda Chi Alpha.
Yes, a fraternity from Troy.
And we see them giving the flowers.
Yes.
To Mrs. Hawkins.
Awesome. And they're back up on the float, and we're starting to walk. They're carrying flowers. I wonder if they're just passing them out as they go, or... I don't know, but they're waving. They're having a good time. They woke up early to be here. And then behind them, we've got the Enough Said Motorcycle Group, founded in 2014 by the late Jamie Thomas here in Troy. Each year, that group holds a local charity ride for the Boys and Girls Club for Troy. All of the proceeds from that goes to the kids.
Enough said.
Enough said, yes. Oh, they're awesome.
And coming up behind that, a 1979, or excuse me, that next one is a 1985 blue Chevy El Camino, and then it is followed by a 1979 silver Trans Am, both of those owned by Chris Noneman.
That is pretty cool. And they have some Troy decals. I almost said stickers. They're not going to stick anything on those cars.
Right.
But that's pretty cool, repping Troy as they come. And then right behind them, we have Alpha Tau Omega. This is the truck, the float, the walkers. It was chartered at Troy in 2005. Each year, it raises money for Jeep Sullivan's Wounded Warrior Outdoors Adventures. You've heard of these guys. They're the group that walks 128.3 miles from Troy's Quad to Panama City Beach during spring break.
And that's a great cause that we like to celebrate. Those boys go through a lot. I know that we've seen some images of the feet after those walks.
Oh,
and
my
it
gosh.
is tough,
it's brutal.
They do a lot of great things, as well as all of these organizations and the money they raise.
Yes, they're awesome. They're really cool. If you haven't heard about that walk, you do need to look it up. It's, you know, you can be doing a lot during spring break, and they're walking. Now, behind them, we have the Ice Cool Band from Union Springs, Alabama. And we've got some dinosaurs in the band as well.
And so I think this is Bullitt County, the Bullitt County Band, the Marching Bullitt County Hornets.
Here we go.
Yeah, so some of them are still going with that Halloween feel.
Yes.
If you were watching this online, be sure to let us know where you're watching from, when you graduated, who you're looking forward to seeing in the parade, or that you've already seen go by.
Absolutely. And hey, this is the Chi Omega sorority. Their philanthropy, Make-A-Wish Alabama. They raise funds for critically ill children. So they give wish parties. That's something that they do throughout the year. They like to send families to Disney and give them some breaks from their health battles and different things that those families are facing. But you can hear them doing some cheers.
And they're all matching in their red shirts, white pants. A big group of sisters from Chi Omega.
Yes, and then right behind them, shebang. This one is really cool. This one is located on the downtown Troy Square, so if you spend time here, you've seen these girls before. A performance-based program. They dance at community events like the Pike County Fair. They've performed on Capitol steps in Montgomery. They were even in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. How awesome is that?
And they are known for their clogging around here and really do a great job.
Awesome.
And we have some more classics coming up.
Check that one out.
I believe the 1936 two-tone Pontiac coming up behind them. And then we've got the Delta Chi alumni car representing the Delta Chi Alumni House, which is here on Three Notch. This organization was founded in 1890, and the group has been on Troy's campus since 1966.
And behind them, we've got Daily Dose Nutrition. It's a smoothie and juice bar here in downtown Troy. They're located on the square. They've got specials, seasonal featured flavors. They're a fan favorite. And then the Miss Elite Society, they're just passing by. Organization dedicated to motivating and instilling sophisticated students into an elite society at Troy.
All right, this band comes to us from the state of Florida. This is the Cottondale, Florida band, Cottondale Marching Hornet Band. They are committed to providing a safe and challenging environment through a cooperative effort of school and community.
That is awesome. When we told you they were bringing back the bands, we meant it. We weren't kidding. Now, who is this behind them? Is this
Delta Sigma Theta?
There you go.
This is the sorority is an organization of college-educated women committed to the constructive development of its members. They were founded on January 13th, 1913.
And you know, coming up, this is my old high school. I graduated from Elba High School. These are the Elba High School cheerleaders. They do a great job, of course, the Elba Tigers, black, gold, and white. They're here just making about a 45-minute drive up north.
And they are followed by Sigma Gamma Rho. And then I think this was the Pontiac, the Pontiac earlier. I think that one before that was another car. But Chris Noneman is bringing all the cars today. Another great car, a beautiful car.
And then behind it, check this one out. This one's different than the one we have seen. Look at that.
Yeah, this is not necessarily a classic car. This is a NASCAR that was owned by Michael Waldrop. A racing car was David Rudiman, and that is if you've never seen NASCAR, heard NASCAR, they are loud.
And it's cool. And then behind them, we've got the Farmhouse Fraternity. It was founded in 1995. Builder of Men, it says, stands for 9 core values. It supports the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Which, by the way, we want to bring this up really, really quick. They do that philanthropy in honor of their late brother, Matthew Aubrey, who they lost to suicide in December of last year. So really awesome philanthropy that they have there, that they have a personal connection to.
And one of the things they do each year is a crawfish boil. It has been used for other things, but last year they raised over $34,000 in the spring of 2024 to raise awareness for suicide.
Very cool. And then right behind them, we've got Florella High School Band. Mission of Florella High School: provide students with the skills and knowledge to become respectful, responsible, resourceful members of society. They are the marching Wildcat Band. Check them out. Check out those uniforms.
Some green. That is some good green uniforms.
You're not going to miss them in this parade with that green and the gold. Absolutely not.
And you see these banners that are behind the parades. Each of those is a band sponsor. They help bring back the bands, or they have been throughout the parade. Sorry we haven't been able to call on them, but they are ones that help provide money for these bands to travel, tickets to the game, all those kind of amenities to draw them here.
Absolutely. And right behind them, the Sparkle Mentoring Club, empowering the lives of girls 6th through 12th grade. So they go out and they talk to those ladies and they inspire those young girls. And then right behind them, we have...
This is the McKenzie School Cheerleaders. Those are the kind of classic striped cheerleader sweaters that they're wearing, and they come from McKenzie, Alabama.
Very cool. And then we've got yet another sorority. This time it's Kappa Delta. They are providing experiences that build confidence in women. They got 300,000 members worldwide. Listen to them go. Giving roses.
And they have 2 different philanthropies that they work towards: the Girl Scouts of the USA and Prevent Child Abuse America. And they are excited over here.
Yes, they are. And bringing up the rear for Kappa Delta is Caroline Dobson for Congress. So Caroline is the Republican candidate for the newly created District 2 in Alabama. So she's out here today in the parade, campaigning a little bit.
And then after that is the Phi Mu sorority. Phi Mu was founded in 1852. Their colors are rose and white, which you can see. That pink color, and it symbolizes womanhood, truth, and purity. Phi Mu Kappa Gamma's philanthropy is Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and they go to visit the Children's Miracle Network Hospital locally in Birmingham.
That's awesome. That's awesome that they go up there and they make that trip. I know those kids, they appreciate it. Now, behind them, you might hear them beeping already. I'm pretty sure that this is CGI. It is an IT solutions company. It's here in Pike County. It's actually next door to Southside Baptist Church, so they're not very far away. This group, having a good time.
Yeah, they got the bubbles. Everybody loves the bubbles, and yeah, they are having fun. Have their pom-poms. They are ready.
Yes, they are. Now, we've got a pageant queen coming up here. Now, there's a couple more that you're going to see, but this one here, this is Petite Miss Pike County. She is doing an awesome job. It's Madison Carroll.
Her favorite player, we had to mention this, is Scott Taylor Renfro, who is here from the city of Troy. They are followed up by Goshen, a local band. We saw the cheerleaders just pass by, but here is the Goshen band. They are a big part of the Troy University Homecoming Parade.
Yes, they are. Uniforms, check those out. Those purple and gold uniforms. They're not far from Troy at all. We see them a lot, and I think we're about to get a performance. They're getting set up. Here we go. Any Rocky fans?
Yeah, exactly. And we might not see a lot of numbers in the band, but they still bring the music and do a great job of it.
Absolutely. If you're a Rocky fan, you know that was going to fly now. They did a really good job. And behind them, we have got, I'm trying to see this logo here.
Well, that
Jonathan,
looks
can you
like
see it?
a Coastal Carolina Chanticleer. So I'm not sure if they somehow inserted something. But Phi Kappa Phi was supposed to be the next one, and that is what that is. But I think they are missing some members.
Something happened here. Now, behind them, we have got some people here. Ooh, I'm trying to see what they're doing some dancing. This is the Iota Eta Sigma Rower Club from Troy, Alabama. Motto, Sisters Forever. They were founded in 1922 to support African American women pursuing degrees in education. Slogan, greater service, greater progress.
The next up, it looks like that is Kids First Pediatrics of Troy with a nice car coming by, and then they are followed by Sigma Chi Fraternity. The Sigma Chi Eta Phi chapter raises money each semester for Common Ground right here in Troy.
Listen, I know there's debate about when the Christmas season starts, once Halloween's over, but Spring Creek Farm, they've kind of made it clear where they stand.
Yeah, they're a November 1st kind of people.
They are a choose and cut Christmas tree farm located in Troy. They'll be opening this month. You can see they're already ready for the Christmas season.
That's right. And then they are followed by the Highland Home Band. Now, Highland Home is known as the Flying Squadron, and they once served the area as the Highland Home Institute, and then after its incorporation, Highland Home College from 1889 until 1915. And it's located in northern Crenshaw County.
That's awesome. And they were sponsored, by the way, by Troy University's Greek Week. And behind them, we've got Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Here they are. They have over 366,000 initiated brothers. They're the largest fraternity in the nation, if you didn't know. They're a top-tier fraternity since its founding. Their president and alumni advisor were both honored with national awards last month. They're sending delegates to the upcoming leadership school soon, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. They've been around Troy for a long time.
And by the way, their national philanthropies, they support the Children's Miracle League network of hospitals and Be the Match. So that's where their funds and philanthropies lie.
Next is A New Beginning, adult daycare. And then we've got a couple of more coming up. This is the Mazda Miata, a classic convertible.
Very cool.
Followed by a couple of, this is Young Miss Pike County and Junior Pike County. Grace Royal, and as well as Graceland Sanders.
And then behind them, we've got Pike County High School homecoming queen, Kaylin Jackson. Awesome. And then the Pike County High School homecoming king, Khalil Foster.
And then right behind them, obviously, is the Pike County High School band. The cheerleaders coming up, and then the band will follow right behind them. That is a band well known in this area.
Yes, and they had a big turnout here with both the homecoming king and queen, the cheerleaders, the band. They've got their van that they're pulling there, and we might get a performance here as they get closer to the grandstand, but they're awesome. All the bands here doing a great job, and you got to remember, some of these bands were at football games last night.
Right, last night.
They
probably
had
didn't
to
get
up.
home till late. Yeah, this is the Pride of Pike marching band.
And it looks like we are going to maybe get a performance here once they stop. We'll let you listen in on the cadence here.
you could take this two ways. It's either Michael Jackson or it could be Weird Al. I'm going to go the Weird Al version. That's a good job by the Pike County Band there.
Absolutely. That was good. I didn't even think of Weird Al, Jonathan. A drum solo. And, you know, really, we're giving you the prime spot to watch this, that you're getting to see these performances like this.
They have got a medley that they're playing.
Yes.
And some Elvis Presley next.
And you got to remember, these bands, they start working on their shows and getting everything ready, the drill, in the summer. So they've been playing this for months and months and months. They know these songs by heart. They're doing a great job. Oh, there we go. Awesome, awesome job by this band. They did great. And right behind them as they start to move on out, we've got the Banks Pageant Committee. With it, it's going to be Teen Miss Banks, which is Abigail Wilson. She is the very first Teen Miss Banks. She's homeschooled and does competitive cheer at ACE in Dothan. She also volunteers in her community, so that's awesome to have her here.
And then the Freshman Forum will be right behind them. Freshman Forum is Troy University's premier freshman leadership experience, comprised of 55 delegates selected through an interview process. They're a gateway into student government and student involvement at Troy's campus.
Very cool. And then right behind them, the Max Credit Union. This is 2000 blue and silver Plymouth. I don't know cars, Jonathan. You're going to have to save me on this one. Is this a Plymouth? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Plymouth Prowler.
Driven by Pete Jordan, the Max Regional Vice President. Listen, I don't know a lot about antique cars, but I also like looking at them, so I appreciate it.
Well, then after them, this is Miss Alabama Volunteer Caroline Clark, a nonprofit organization based in Alabama. Miss Alabama Volunteer is a statewide service-oriented scholarship program.
That is awesome. And then behind them, is this the Max Credit Union Golf? I'm not sure. You know what? They're having a good time. We're glad to have them.
Into the parade.
We're happy to have them here. And then right behind that, we have got, trying to see, Miss Camellia State. How awesome is that?
Well, and they are followed by Mr. and Miss Troy Pride, or Trojan Pride, which was decided this week. They're two students from the junior class who exemplify immense Trojan pride, and it is Jaden Rains as well as Isaiah Thomas.
And listen, that's a big deal, the Mr. and Mrs. Trojan Pride on campus. People are ready to know who those titles go to each year. And then behind them, this is the Zion Chapel Band from Zion Chapel High School, striving to provide quality education so all students are empowered to reach their maximum potential. We've got the color guard, we've got the dancers. That's Miranda Hartzell, the auxiliary coordinator. And then there is Jarrett Nelson. He's the one walking. He's the band director here, doing a great job.
And again, I'm sure they have some Troy University ties.
They do. Both are Troy grads. Miranda used to be on the Sound South Color Guard. Jarrett was also in the Sound of the South, so pretty cool.
Zeta Phi Beta sorority coming up behind them. 125,000 initiated college-educated women represent that sorority.
And let's see, giving some space to the band there. But check this one out.
That's an old Mustang, a 60s Mustang.
Very, very cool. Hey, by the way, the Student Government Association, also known as the SGA, they were the ones that helped bring Zion Chapel up to this. They're the second-year sponsor of the Bring Back the Band initiative.
And this is Miss Troy University, Sarah Jane Houston. She represented Troy at the Miss Alabama competition this past June, where she was named a Community Service Scholarship finalist.
And she'll keep that title for a couple more months. And behind them, we've got I think that is
last year's King and Queen.
Yes. Okay, that is Mr. Miles Camel and Miss Jane Vickers. They're getting ready to pass on the title.
Well, and they will pass it on to this group coming up behind us, the 2024 homecoming court. That will be, again, announced today at halftime of today's football game. A big crew there.
Check them out.
Oh, excuse me, that was the SGA that just came up.
I think this is our homecoming court.
This is the homecoming court.
There we go. Big deal for them. A very competitive competition on campus each year. And then you hear them coming up. This is the Daleville High School Band, Pride of the South from Daleville, Alabama. They've got over 100 members. They are called the Daleville Marching Warhawk Band.
This is going to be our last entry of today's parade, but it has been a great parade. We'll let you listen in to the Daleville Marching Band.
That's the song that's going to wrap up and end this year's homecoming parade. It was a good one, wasn't it?
It was a good one. Having the 12 bands really adds to that parade feel.
One last entry,
but again, a solid parade. And we hope to see everybody out there at today's game. 3 o'clock kickoff. Again, they will announce all the winners for this week, as well as this year's homecoming king and queen.
Yes, it's been a great time. We're so glad to have all of you with us. We hope you're here, Troy. If you're not, make sure you tune in so you can watch the game. And everybody, happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming.